How is it going, guys? I'm Metodi, and in this video we will build the DC-9 Skytrain in NASA's Reduced Gravity Program livery. The kit is from Fly Models and it is in 1/44 scale. While we remove the parts from the sprues and clean them up, tell me which is your favorite scale. To assemble the engine nacelles, wings and fuselage halves together, we will use Mr. Cement S. Then, using a flat file, we will clean up the joint. I want to thin the trailing edges of the wings, so first we will deepen the panel lines with a scriber. And then we will reduce the thickness using a flat file. Here you can see the difference. Note how thicker the original trailing edge is. We will use a marker as a guide because the white plastic is quite difficult to work with. If you want to help this channel grow, please consider becoming a patron. The link is in the description. Before we lose the panel lines, due to the sanding, it is necessary to deepen them. To glue the flaps hinges on the wings, we will use Umbro Liquid Poly, which is thicker than Mr. Cement S. Then we will reinforce the joints with Mr. Cement S. The same procedure goes for the assembly of the entire airframe. To fill some of the joints, we will use Mr. Dissolved Putty. Instead of sanding it down, we will smooth it using a cotton swab lightly damped in a lacquer thinner. Since the model is going to be displayed in a flying configuration, we will use a display stand from Zvezda. All the necessary dimensions are on the back of the box, so all we have to do is to do the measurements and cut the opening. First, we will drill some holes. Then, with the hobby knife, we will make some room for the mini saw. And finally, we will finish the opening with a flat file. To start the painting process, we will apply a primer coat with Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1500. To address some minor blemishes, we will use Mr. Surfacer 500 using a brush. Other imperfections we will sand down. Using a cotton swab with lacquer thinner, we will smooth the Mr. Surfacer 500. After that, we will apply a final layer of Mr. Surfacer 1500. For better results, we will smooth down the primer using a fine-grade sanding stick. Now we will begin applying thin layers of white paint. In my point of view, this is the best way to achieve satisfactory results. After drying overnight, the bottom of the airplane can be handled without running the risk of damaging the paint while painting the upper surfaces. This level of glossiness looks good enough to put the decals directly onto the paint. To apply the decals, we will use warm water to detach them from the backing sheet. Mr. Mark Setter so we can have some time to adjust the decals. After pushing it out with a cotton swab, Mr. Mark Setter will also provide a better adhesion. Mr. Mark Softer will be used where there are no panel lines or very intricate surfaces. Where we need more heat, we will use a Gamma Hypersol. For easier application, the long stripe decals were cut in a few places. With enough water and Mr. Mark Setter underneath, the decals can be easily maneuvered around. Using a paintbrush, we apply black paint on the fan blades of the engine. It is hard for the paint to stick to the edges, so it's mostly running in the recesses, making the details more visible. To seal the decals, we will use lacquer-based clear varnish diluted with Mr. Leveling Thinner. To achieve mirror-like finish, it will be necessary to polish the clear coat. For the task we will use micro mesh polishing cloths and water, starting with 6000 grit, then 8000, and finally 12,000. For awesome glossiness, we will finalize the process with Tamiya finishing compound. We will apply it with a microfiber cloth. Since the leading edges need to be painted in a metal finish, we have to mask the areas where we don't want any paint. For the task, we will use a combination of Tamiya masking tape, post-it notes and Mr. Masking Salt Neo. The leading edges of the wings, horizontal stabilizers and the tail we will paint in AK Extreme Metal polished aluminum. The engine exhaust cans will be painted in dark aluminum. The masking tape should be removed very carefully, especially over the decals. If in trouble with small portions of the decals getting lifted by the masking tape, we can touch them up with fine tip marker or a fine paintbrush. For the highly polished engine intakes, we will use Molotov liquid chrome pen. All it is left to do is attach a few resin antennas using a PVA glue. And here is the finished model. I hope that you have enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and happy modeling!